First, the top news headlines. Street vendors refuse to obey police to shift vending site to Lamphel supermarket. Union Minister of State Dr. R.K. Ranjan peeved over absence of representatives of Imphal East district constituencies at quarterly meeting of District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee, DISHA. Director of Social Welfare Department N.G. Uttam opens residential wheelchair basketball coaching camp. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the MAMI TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA RIAMEI. A day after caretaker Mayor of Imphal Municipal Corporation IMCL Lokeshwar has announced that street vendors selling various items in and around Koiramban market area will not be allowed beyond 8 a.m. starting today, and their vending site will be shifted to Lamphel supermarket. Women street vendors today refused to obey police when the latter tried to remove the vendors. According to reports culled from the incident site, women street vendors gathered at Koiramban market since early morning today after the caretaker Mayor of IMNC announced that street vendors will be given permission to sell their products only till 8 a.m. every day. They also reportedly resolved to not move from Koiramban market area. A large team of Manipur police, including women personnel, came to Koiramban market and asked the street vendors to shift to Lamphel supermarket. However, the street vendors refused to move from the area. The police also did not use any force on the street vendors. Speaking to media persons, a women street vendor contended that when the street vendors shift their vending site to Lamphel supermarket, they will not be able to run their family and bring up their children, as there is hardly any customer at Lamphel supermarket. Vendors want to sell their products in business hub areas, and moreover, the vendors buy their merchandise from vegetable wholesalers at Koiramban market. As such, the vendors will have to hike the prices of their products, as they will have to pay the vehicle fare to transport the merchandise from Koiramban market to Lamphel supermarket. She further appealed to the authority concerned to allow them to sell their products in and around Koiramban market area.
Ado supermarket ta saraga leire haibwani sa supermarket sidai da masing khangdana pigare masing khangdana dum halakare ba aduna adagi haje ngo temporary market ta structure kine na sari ba je sijigi mafam jimaju nakhai ma sengtok jingai da ai khoi bu heta mafam jaga sidagi sa santan ba dongla tan ba sidi tan di gano ba
Nothing I could taro the lang I could.
Now quite one time I see my bro. What are you like, Professor?
I go taro, Loiva, I know.
Market today that's Lakanda. I quite carry down to Ivanova.
A Cassie, I'm going to do my
Sarah getting more Ivanova.
You all have that. You had a bunch of me. I can't have you have a later Casunia. Sarmo Minister Unaboiro, Municipality, Mayur Unaboiro, Saro, Gimatin, Karalaujaki, Saro, a quite full on a Hajari, Saro, Gimatin, Laujaka, Saro, Unahanbi.
It may be mentioned that caretaker mayor of IMC has informed yesterday that the decision to shift the vending site was taken after traffic congestion rose and the problem of parking space increased in Koiramban market area. The quarterly meeting of District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee (DISHA) Imphal District was held at Panchayat Bhavan in Imphal East DC Office Complex today. Union Minister of State Dr. R.K. Ranjan has expressed disappointment over the absence of representatives of some constituencies in the district at the meeting. The Union Minister of State asserted that the meeting can be utilized as a platform to formulate policy programs by the representatives. The quarterly meeting was organized by Imphal East District Administration. DC Imphal East Adhaksha MLAs of Ketrigao and Lamlai Assembly constituency attended the meeting. Speaking to media persons after the meeting, Union Minister of State Dr. R.K. Ranjan said, as an MP of the Inner Manipur parliamentary constituencies, he was handed over the responsibility to monitor whether or not the works under social welfare schemes taken up since 2014 under the initiative of Prime Minister Narendra Modi are being fully implemented and taken up in Imphal East, Imphal West and Bishnupur districts. The meeting of DISHA has been held 3 times, including today. He lauded the district administration for coordinating with branch departments, local bodies and MLAs and successfully organizing the meeting. However, he termed it unfortunate that lack of communication and coordination among the head office, district offices and subdivisional offices is reflected in today's meeting, stating that in some areas, works under the social welfare schemes are taken up successfully with significant progress. He said that concerned officials will be directed to take up the work swiftly in areas where there is no progress. So far, the minimum target has been achieved. However, there is a need for cooperation and communication among different departments to achieve the set target, he said. Dr. R.K. Ranjan said the aim of the government is to give the facilities under the scheme to areas in the far end of the border. He further said that the meeting would have been more complete had the MLAs attended it. Expressing their viewpoints is vital for development of the district, he said, adding that the meeting can be platformed from where the MLAs gain knowledge and formulate policy programs.
Prime Minister Adagiba Aigi area of overseas Imphal East, Imphal West, Amazon Eastern development programs quarterly monitor totally. Sigathana Imphal East Sure Vicent Rubitor Imphal Ohumlak Tone, do Ohumlaksida, I saw a hand by MP Lapada, Pisaki meetings effectively second Sukra White and the third Sidagi with the full cooperation of the district administration and branch balancing and local body the honorable MLAs in York, Yamna Mopumfana, Robushi, Yamna Ulai.
During the meeting, officials of different departments submitted reports on various schemes. Chairman of DISHA and Union Minister of State, Dr. R.K. Ranjan, deliberated the reports and instructed the authorities concerned to extend their support to the schemes. Wheelchair Basketball Association Manipur WBAM today kicked off a 6-day residential wheelchair basketball coaching camp at the basket court at Dharmalaya Social Welfare Center, Brahmapur, Nahabam. Director of Social Welfare Department N.G. Uttam, Vice President of WBAM and social activist Kiran Yendrembam, Joint Director of Social Welfare Department Banti Konthaujam and Advisor of Dharmalaya Social Welfare Scheme H. Radhacharan attended the opening ceremony of the coaching camp as the chief guest, president and guest of honor respectively. Speaking on the occasion, Director of Social Welfare Uttam said the coaching camp was organized to encourage differently abled people to showcase their talents to the world. The wheelchairs used in wheelchair basketball is expensive, hence the government has brought some wheelchair to fill up the shortcomings. Wheelchair assistance from Samaritans will boost the confidence of differently abled people, Uttam said.
Pigi basketball player team di Laitribani na andak si Manipur apena coaching ke mama tawraga nupi jing ji ju tambi hoba nupa jing ji ju hana lai si hena phagana ba team masing hangana ba ina apena pandam je thambani aduna sports department ki mateng lauraga aduga club ki basketball association ki mateng lauraga program je sinmina bani tara hairiba sida luraiba poti sigi basketball wheelchair si mamal khara tangi lising nipu gi mayapi aduna akoi players sing sina masa masana leiba ngamdabagi forma leibanina akoi mioi khara punjanaraga ahan bagi team mamada changgadaba tangai phadaba koina chauki tariat amadi leire ado matung tarakpasu kana kana gumbana sagi moi jingjigi chauki si donate tobiba leibiba awaragadi moi de hena pungning thogapibo oigani na khali.
As part of the event, all the attendees paid floral tribute to the portrait of first wheelchair basketball player of Manipur led K.H. Ibomcha. Later, sports wheelchair were distributed to the players. All Manipur Music Association (AMA) will organize an anti-drug campaign through music as part of war on drugs under the leadership of Chief Minister N. Biren in the state. Secretary of AMA A. Rabindra made the announcement during a press meet held at Manipur Press Club today. Addressing the media, Rabindra said, with the rise of drug abuse among the youths, there is a fear of extinction of future generation, stating that around 80% people of the state use drugs in one form or the other. Rabindra said they decided to organize a campaign to give awareness to the people through music. As part of the campaign, the association will give awareness on the ill effects of drug abuse in different parts of the state. For this, Emma will meet Chief Minister N. Biren to discuss the campaign, he said. Rabindra also sought people's support to make a campaign a success.
Lamdam state drug na manghal lagliba mayam asi urubada akhoi gi All Manipur Music Association gi member singi akhoi gi thamoi da wakhal da akiba ma lakpa hai tare gasi Manipur da apunba population gi 80% gi mathakta tang duna leikhe maruina inkhalagliba nahasing class 7 8 9 try tamba angang degi horaga akhoi gi jamna asa tawriba jumkai panriba angang jing try bu ki angang jing ngasi nisagi pakta irang narpa na hamda war against drug na thimma compose to ne do kodon de koi war on drugs na koi semi kan de ola chan na bagi akoi da mai to na ji kun na ba tawjab ne duna akoi isai ge loina na oji campaign de changchin na ba tawjab.
As part of BJP's 42nd Foundation Day, a team led by President of BJP Manipur Pradesh, A. Sharda, distributed edible items to the children of Anganwadi centers in Jiribam district. A Poshan Abhiyan program was also held. The interaction program was organized by BJP Mahila Morcha, Jiribam Mandal. They distributed edible items to the children of Dibong Kuno Part 2 in Jiribam district. Later, the Poshan Abhiyan was held at Sorok Atingbi Hilghat Community Hall, which was attended by the Asha and Anganwadi center workers. Sharda was accompanied by Adhyaksha of Jiribam Jila Parishad K.H. Janaki, General Secretary of BJP Manipur Pradesh L. Diven, General Secretary of BJP Manipur Pradesh K. Sarat Kumar, spokesperson of BJP Manipur Pradesh L. Birjit, and social worker from Jiribam and Budachandra. Speaking on the occasion, Sharda said Asa and Anganwadi workers can approach BJP leaders in Jiribam district if they face any inconvenience so that the government can bring a solution to the matter at the earliest.
Believer mayam sing 18 believer sing sigi imong manung ta kanagumba ko yung Bharat Sarkar ni Manipur Sarkar pa kala scheme sigi kudong tawa pangwa dumak yaw bilang kani Ayushman Bharat ki oiro Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi oiro Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana oiro high river scheme sing da vaccine kapagi oiro aikoy ngasi tawlo portion mahagi oiro high river scheme mayam sing si aikoy phangara singa makhantana aikoy benefit phangarba matunda su benefit phangraba miyoi duna karamba benefit amana phangise aduna mana phangiba paiba card natraga makoda leriba darga level document aduna kadai balo na makoi high benefits phangna na bawna bada kaya na effective oigani abase masine ba ko na si field da kuntara kanda Bharatiya Janata Party ki birthday ga mari leina na ai ko na monitoring ki makhala bane ko ta monitoring ne.
As part of Chief Minister N. Biren-led BJP government's 100 Days Action Plan, Block Health Mela is being held widely across the state. A Block Health Mela was held at the Hoikonai Multi-Purpose Hall at Thanglanphai Village Cycle Block in Kangpokpi District yesterday. The Mela was organized by the Block Health Society, Sadar Hills is Cycle. Speaking as the chief guest of the function, MLA of the Cycle Assembly constituency, Kim Nyo Hau Kip Hang Singh said that it is time to question oneself that after 75 years of independence, if people residing in every nook and corner of the state are able to get all the basic facilities. She opined that it is time people introspected their responsibilities to realize where the problem and challenges actually lie. Stating that Cycle CHC is one of the best CHCs which has been commended and recognized by the state government in recent years, she pointed out that there is still room for improvement in terms of health sector in the constituency and there is a need to raise awareness among the authorities concerned in order to fulfill the medical requirements. Promising that she will be always available in case of any grievances with regards to healthcare concerning her constituency or requiring her intervention, she sought cooperation from the people of the constituency to make Cycle one of the best in the healthcare sector. A total of 22 stalls of different departments were opened during the camp and a COVID vaccination drive was also conducted. Deputy Commissioner of Kangpokpi, Kengu Juringla, Chief Medical Officer Dr. Lamkoneng Haukip, SDO Cycle, Bungba Maibam, health officials, district level officers, CSOs, among others, attended the Mela. The dead body of 12-year-old boy Pouchui-mai RIAMEI, who fell into Khopum Dam in Nonne district around 2 p.m. of April 17 was recovered today. Pouchui-mai, son of Ijek RIAMEI, is a class 5 student of English boarding school at Khopum. After hearing news, Chairman of Hill Areas Committee MLA Dingang Lunggangmai and Minister of Relief and Disaster Awangbo Nyumai sent a team of State Disaster Response Force SDRF and an extensive search was conducted for the missing boy. The last rite of the boy has been performed after his dead body was recovered from Khopum Dam. MLA of Kumbi Assembly constituency S. Prem Chandra handed over the SDC office Kumbi Circle to the people yesterday. The then government established the office in 2011, but it remained non-functional since 2016. Minister T.H. Basanta Kumar, MLA of Thanga AC T. Robindro, MLA of Moirang AC T.H. Shanti, MLA of Kumbi AC S. Prem Chandra and SDC Kumbi Circle Muhammad Salahuddin Khan attended the program as the presidium members. Speaking on the occasion, newly inducted Minister Basanta Kumar said the SDC office was reopened to bring development in the area. The reopening the office confirms that the government has taken up developmental work in the AC, he said. The minister further appealed to the public to extend their support and cooperation to the government in bringing enduring change and development in the state.
Under the Sarkar, the absolute majority, 32 MLAs, Karaga, from the Sarkar Nina, I could development की speed से अदुकी मती यांशन नचक लगने अब हंतती अकुकी कुंभी के इंटरव्यू है ना साउकट थोरांगी अदुको मथबक थोरम में हम दो करी पाइकट सिगे है तो महाकत्ता न सके अदुका लोइना ना अकुकी SDC ऑफिस हांग बसे मसी हांगी हांगे कोई हाइना बमले दुकान हांग बती अब लाए हांगत हम बसे अब लुई है बमना चुमिको नुंटी की हिसाब तौद्रबा फजने यंचंद्रबा दुकान लो खर लेरा दुम लोन गिनेबा अदुना अखोगी ngasi हांगिबा अखोगी SDC ऑफिस से फजने मेंटेन तौबा.
India today reported 1,247 new COVID cases and one COVID-related death in the last 24 hours. The country's active caseload stood at 11,860. According to the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the country reported one COVID-related death, bringing the total number of fatalities to 5.21 lakh. During this period, the daily positivity rate increased to 0.83 from 0.31% yesterday. A total of 928 COVID patients recovered from the disease in the last 24 hours. The total number of recoveries jumped to 4.25 crore since the beginning of the pandemic in the country. The recovery rate currently improved to 98.76%. Meanwhile, India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 186.70 crore today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said India produces milk worth 8.5 lakh crore annually, more than the turnover of wheat and rice, and underlined that small farmers are the biggest beneficiaries of the dairy sector. The Prime Minister was addressing a gathering at Diodar in the Banaskantha district after inaugurating a new dairy complex and a potato processing plant of the Banas Dairy. In a verdict at Congress, Prime Minister Modi said a former Prime Minister used to say that only 15 paise out of 1 rupee reaches the beneficiaries after leaving Delhi, but he ensures that the entire 100 paise reaches the intended beneficiaries and gets deposited into the account of farmers. He said the cooperative dairy empowers small farmers, especially women, and strengthens the village economy, report said. The Prime Minister said that his government has always cared about farmers with small land holdings by ensuring their well-being. Russia told the Ukrainian forces to immediately lay down arms as it gave a warning to the defenders in the strategic port city of Mariupol hours after the battle for the rebel-held region of Donbas in the eastern part of the war-hit nation started. The Russian Defense Ministry's warning came after Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky announced late on Monday the start of a new offensive by Moscow focused on the east of the former Soviet state. According to media report, the Russian Defense Ministry called on the Kiev authorities to show reason and give the corresponding orders to fighters to cease the senseless resistance. The statement made no direct mention of a new ground offensive in eastern Ukraine, but it warned that Moscow had real-time proof about terrible new crimes being prepared by the Kiev regime. The Defense Ministry added that Ukrainian fighters resisting the advancing Russian forces in the Sea of Azov port of Mariupol were in a catastrophic situation. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Street vendors refuse to obey police to shift vending site to Lamphel supermarket. Union Minister of State Dr. R.K. Ranjan peeved over absence of representatives of Imphal East district constituencies at quarterly meeting of District Development Coordination and Monitoring Committee, DISHA. Director of Social Welfare Department N.G. Uttam opens residential wheelchair basketball coaching camp. With that, it's a wrap for this evening news bulletin. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.